This is the Wrestling Replay. Welcome to episode 51. Yes, we're not in our usual place where you normally be at. Not in the studio right now. Kind of just at home, chilling, kicking it. But it's been a while, man. For me, I'm happy. I'm happy because we are at episode 51. 51 is huge because most podcasts or shows, whatever you want to call this, don't really make it to episode 50. For us to be on 51, I'm very excited. So I'm thankful for everyone that has helped and contributed in any type of way along the way. And hopefully we are on our way to episode 100. Now, I was not able to do a Royal Rumble review, Monday Night Raw reviews, AEW reviews because my voice went out for the better part of like 8 weeks. And this is actually the first time I'm able to talk without, losing my voice in between the sentence. So I'm really excited to be back. Hope everyone is having a great day. This is a Tuesday, so everyone will get this video on a Tuesday. This is our Elimination Chamber video. We're going to do our Monday Night Raw video after that. We got to talk about the landscape of AEW, the landscape of WWE. So we have really a lot to get to. But let's go ahead and talk about the Elimination Chamber of 2023. Man, best pay-per-view of the year so far. I mean, that's easy to say, right? But no, I think this pay-per-view is going to be one of those pay-per-views. It's really going to be hard to top. This was an amazing pay-per-view from top to bottom. I really only had an issue with one match. I didn't really do research on why that match possibly ended that way. So we'll have to see what's going to happen next. But let's jump into how this show started. You already know me. Starting the show was very important. And we start off with the Elimination Chamber match. The women's Elimination Chamber match, where the winner will receive a shot at Bianca Belair for her Raw Women's Championship. We have Liv Morgan and Natalya kicking off the matchup. Really good participants to start the matchup. I think we talk about the gas can of Liv Morgan and Natalya kind of just jumping back on the scene, kind of jumping into that face role. That's what it feels like anyway. It's smart. It's really smart. And Liv is also a fan favorite. So to watch Liv possibly go to, start to finish in the Elimination Chamber match, I think a lot of people were actually cheering her on for this matchup. So we had Liv, Natalya, Raquel Rodriguez will be next, Nikki Cross will enter Carmella, then Asuka. Asuka ultimately being the one to win this matchup. Really good action from the ladies. I mean, everyone kind of had their spots. I like Raquel driving Nikki through the chamber. I like Liv Morgan jumping off the top of that chamber with a sunset flip onto Raquel. I thought that was amazing. Nikki Cross, of course, being Nikki Cross throughout the whole matchup. So this was a really good match. Really good match that you want to start to kick off the show. I also like the way that Liv Morgan was eliminated. Inside the sharpshooter, she was also trapped by Asuka in another submission, and she didn't tap out. They had Liv Morgan pretty much pass out, and that's the way she was eliminated from this matchup. It really kept Liv looking strong, which makes me think that they really have some type of game plan for Liv going forward, with her going looking strong like that. And I think she was one of the favorites inside of the Elimination Chamber to actually win. But ultimately, it was perfect. I was cheering for Asuka to win this matchup for a while. I wanted to see Asuka return to that dominant Asuka that she was when she first popped on the Monday Night Raw scene. And I think this is the start of Asuka really getting there. The whole face paint, the whole attitude change. I'm really liking what we're seeing from Asuka. So these next few weeks, heading into WrestleMania, pretty much turning Asuka into that really dominant opponent that I want her to see her be. In WrestleMania to go against Bianca Belair. We got time. So these next few weeks is really going to be key to Asuka really turning it up a notch and really hitting that next level that we all know she can hit because she's been here before. Now for Bianca Belair, this is the type of opponent you need. You need this heel, this dominant heel to really help continue to secure your run as the women's champion, to really help your run really mean something. It's been an amazing run so far, and you've been knocking off all the top acts. Without having Sasha Banks here, hopefully that's something they can remedy a little bit later on, which I think is a rivalry they want to get to. And Rhea Ripley winning, but opting not to go against Bianca Belair right now. I think that's a feud that they're trying to save for later, because that's going to be the feud that really, push this women's division. These two young women should be going at it for the next 5 to 7 years or so. But we'll talk about that when we get to the WWE landscape video or episode, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I love Asuka. I love the role she's in. And I really want to see Asuka in the next couple of weeks just pick it up each week until we get to that WrestleMania matchup. Whether that's her taking the title from Bianca, I wouldn't mind it. Whether that's Bianca retaining, I wouldn't mind that either. So for me, right now, I'm in a win-win situation. The next match was Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar. And I don't know what was going on here. Decent matchup to start it off. Decent energy. I like what was going on. And then we seen Brock get locked into the Hurt Lock, and Brock seemingly couldn't escape. And then he low blows Bobby Lashley, who is the heel coming into the situation, and Brock being the clear face coming into the situation just kind of didn't really make sense. If it is going to lead up to a match in WrestleMania, a rematch in WrestleMania, I don't know why Bobby would opt to say yes. Let's have this match happen again. I won. I beat you again. What would make me want to fight you again, being the heel, seeing as though I just beat you? I eliminated you from the Royal Rumble, and I got the victory in the Elimination Chamber. You couldn't handle me. So if we do get this matchup again, at WrestleMania, I hope we're going to see what I thought we was going to see at the Elimination Chamber. And that's the Hurt Business pretty much being reunited. Not just the Hurt Business being reunited, but the Hurt Business along with Omos also inside of that faction will be absolutely dominant. I think that will be the start of Bobby kind of getting, in the lane of becoming WWE champion one more time. Whether that's against Cody Rhodes, whether that's against Roman Reigns, whether they decide to split the titles up again and one is on SmackDown, one is on Raw, whatever. I think that's really going to put him in the driver's seat for a WWE championship. I think we're going to get one of the better tag teams that we've seen in the past couple of years in WWE, and Cedric and Shelton back together in that tag team division, which will help strengthen that division, which is needed. And I think we're going to finally get to see a good push with Omos, because one, he can be the dominant enforcer outside the ring, which is fine, which is perfect. But then he can eventually push to that singles championship to be United States champion, possibly King of the Ring, something like that. Now, this is all the more reason I feel like, hey, we need like a television title. We need another singles championship inside of the WWE that can jump back and forth between the SmackDown Raw brand. Now, that match was essentially a match to kind of cool down the crowd. We've seen a great matchup with the women to kick off the show with the Elimination Chamber. That match definitely cooled down the crowd. So now we're going to pick it right back up with Beth Phoenix and Edge getting the victory, finally over Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley. This matchup was another really good matchup. One of the better matchups on the card. Honestly, every match to me was really good except the Bobby and Brock, because I'm like, where are we going here? If anything, I would have liked to see Bobby do the disqualification and then say, hey, let's go back and fight, and then no disqualification match, something like that later on. But, whatever. Edge and Beth Phoenix. Beth Phoenix looked amazing in this matchup for not being in the ring for a year and some change. She looked absolutely amazing. Edge was at the top of his game. Finn, Rhea, top of their game. Dominic, gotta stop getting destroyed by these women. But to be honest, it's actually kind of hilarious. I feel like that's his role. He's more like the manager right now, and he's the one to kind of back up Rhea Ripley. I feel like he's the Eddie to her China. You know what I'm saying? So, I like his involvement in the matchup. I like the fact that you didn't really know who was going to win. There was a chance where Beth was going to take another concerto. She didn't. I like the fact that we finally got the ending of the Judgment Day and Edge and Beth Phoenix saga. So now we can really move on. I want to see Rhea Ripley finally move on to her singles career and start to let that blossom. I really want to see Finn Balor and Damian Priest in that tag team division. I thought they did really well. My dog is back there. He's joined the video. But I think Finn Balor and Damian Priest is also something that tag team division need, because honestly, we're going to talk about this in the next matchup. I think one of our better tag teams is going to be out the division, and that's a tag team that Damian Priest and Finn Balor actually got the win over. So that was a really good matchup between Edge and Beth Phoenix, getting a win over Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley. And if you watch the press conference at the end, I don't think we've seen the last of Edge or Beth Phoenix inside the WWE ring. So who knows what else is to come for those two. Now, next we would get to the men's elimination chamber, with Austin Theory putting his United States Championship on the lines against the likes of Damian Priest, Montez Ford, Bronson Reed, who's an absolute beast, Seth Rollins, and Johnny Gargano. Now, we see Seth Rollins and Johnny Gargano start the matchup off, which I thought was pretty interesting. And I feel like we got what we was going to get. We got really good wrestling to kick off the Elimination Chamber. And then things kind of picked up with Austin Theory and then Priest jumping in the matchup. Bronson Reed, of course. That's what we was looking for. That power guy to come in and kind of dominate. The power guy that, you know, who was going to really eliminate him. Because he is so dominant. His return to WWE has been so dominant. Who is going to be that person to finally eliminate him from the Elimination Chamber? And it was actually a team effort. So I like that out of Bronson Reed, because it really kept him looking strong. Montez Ford entered the ring. He was that high flyer that we wanted to see. I feel like he was like the Kofi Kingston, where we're like, okay, what crazy thing is he going to do? That Jeff Hardy type thing. And of course, he showed out. He went absolutely crazy. An unfortunate ending for Montez Ford, the way he went out of the matchup. But, you know, hopefully everything's okay. Hopefully he'll be back. Austin Theory did manage to retain his championship. I thought this was the best matchup on the card. And I think this is Austin Theory's finally hitting his groove. He's finally hitting the mark of what WWE wanted him to be, right? They tried him with Seth Rollins. They tried him alone first. It was okay. Tried him with Seth Rollins. Just really didn't fit. Tried him with Johnny Gargano. Started to pick up some steam. Tried him solo again. Really wasn't connecting. But when he came back, grew the hair out. Grew the beard. Kind of, you know, had that attitude of, you know what, I'm not the young kid anymore. I'm blazing my own trail right now. And to me, honestly, I think he is kind of like the best. How can I put this? He's the closest thing that we've gotten to Stone Cold in a long time. And I know people are going to kill me like, he's not Stone Cold. No, he's not Stone Cold. He's Austin Theory. But what I mean by that is, when you talk about someone whose attitude is, I don't care what you say. I'm not scared to fight. I'm not going to run at every turn. I'm not ducking no smoke. I like that in Austin Theory. And that's kind of how Stone Cold was. You know, he chose when he wanted to fight. But at the same time, he wasn't ducking anybody either. And I like that about Austin Theory. He'll come out there, he'll get in your face, he'll talk trash, and he'll back it up when it's time for him to wrestle inside the ring. I love the look about him. Everything's perfect. Like Austin Theory, this is the version that I think they wanted from him. And I don't know what happened between, or who decided to make this change, if this is just more of what Austin Theory wants to do. But this, I feel like, is natural to him. I feel like this is the person, the character that is really easy for him to be, because he feels it, he believes it, and it kind of shows in what he's doing. So I like him actually winning the United States Championship. As for WrestleMania, a lot of people talking about John Cena and Austin Theory. They've been wanting that for a while for the United States Championship. You know what John Cena and the United States Championship means to him. Austin Theory, of course, is the young guy. A lot of people want to compare him to John Cena because of his physique. Okay, cool. But honestly, I know John don't really miss WrestleManias. I know that. But if it ain't Montez Ford and Austin Theory at WrestleMania for the United States Championship, I don't want it. I don't want to see it. This match was absolutely great, but I think the standout, the standout in this match was Austin Theory, coming in at number 3 and surviving and holding on to his championship, and Montez Ford coming in and essentially kind of stealing the show. I think these are the two guys that should be in WrestleMania for that United States Championship. I think Seth Rollins is now time for him to help put over another star. Maybe someone like Bronson Reed. Maybe Seth Rollins, go to tag team. I don't really know what's next for Steph, but I think him and Austin Theory is kind of done for right now, at least. I think Johnny Gargano has time. And just the people I'm naming, Johnny Gargano, Bronson Reed, these are the type of guys, once again, I feel like if we had a TV championship, would be making the TV championship what it is. WrestleMania, we're clearly going to get Seth Rollins and Logan Paul, who made himself known in the Elimination Chamber. But after Logan Paul, if Logan Paul's not sticking around, which is what I mean by I don't know what's next for Seth Rollins. Next, of course, is clearly WrestleMania, clearly Logan Paul. But if Logan Paul is not going to be on the active roster where he's going to be, there every Monday, at least 2-3 times a month, that type of situation, I think it's time for Steph to turn to someone else and kind of, have a feud. You can hear my voice is already going out. It's already getting weak. We're only 15 minutes in, if that. So let's go ahead and jump to the main event, an amazing main event. I was actually talking with NYG, and he texted me. He was like, yo, Sammy's been killing his bloodline role. Do you think he's going to be able to get in there with Roman Reigns and really main event and really put on a good match? And if I could show you the laughing emojis that I sent to him, I would. But I was like, man, you do remember who Sami Zayn is, right? You know what I'm saying? In ring. He's still Sami Zayn. And if Roman Reigns can go out there with Logan Paul, make Logan Paul look like he's a main eventer, what these two are going to do in the main event of the Elimination Chamber is going to be absolutely amazing. And it was. At points, it was like, yo, Montreal, Sami Zayn, hometown, sold out arena. Is this going to be the time? Jay came and made his appearance, stopped Roman Reigns from actually, doing what he wanted to do at that time. Eventually, he still beat the hell out of Sami Zayn with the chair. But, excuse me. He stopped him for the moment being. And Sami went to go hit that spear, ended up hitting Jay, which left that little bit of opening for Roman Reigns to capitalize and win the matchup and retain his championship. Now, would I have mind watching Sami Zayn defeat Roman Reigns? Yes and no. Yes, because I feel like they put so much into Cody. They built Cody up so much that it would be foolish not to cap off Cody winning the championship if he does win at a WrestleMania matchup. I mean, from his return, he's looked like the man that was going to come in and do it. From him wrestling Seth Rollins with that torn pec, from them following the torn pec surgery and the rehab, which I told you would be a smart idea, and they did it. It was like, look, we're gearing you to win this championship. Him coming in the Royal Rumble, you already knew what was going to happen. He ended up winning the Royal Rumble. I feel like he's the one to come in and defeat Roman Reigns if someone's going to do it. If not The Rock, someone like Cody Rhodes. And I wouldn't even mind if they split the titles at WrestleMania and say, look, all right, Cody, you won the World Championship. Roman keeps the Universal, or you get the WWE Raw title, Roman keeps the WWE SmackDown title, whatever they want to call it. And we do it like that. And Sami still get another shot at it. But I've been saying Sami Zayn is not going to stand by and watch Kevin Owens just constantly get destroyed. And for Kevin to come after that matchup and kind of lend that helping hand to Sami Zayn, at least stopping the beatdown that was going to continue to take place, it kind of opens the door for Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens to go and take down the Bloodline. If you take down the Bloodline, the first chink in the armor would have to be taking those tag team titles from the Usos. So if we get Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens taking the titles from the Usos, stopping their reign on night 1, you would have to think that that's going to play against Roman on night 2, headlining against main eventing with Cody Rhodes. It has to, take some type of effect. And you would have to think that those tag team champions are going to be out there watching the back of Cody Rhodes to kind of even the odds. I wouldn't mind if we got to see The Rock coming out there and even the odds for Cody Rhodes. Say, look, if you're the chief, you're going to do it one-on-one by yourself. And maybe that's how we get The Rock and Roman Reigns possibly at SummerSlam. That would be awesome if that would happen. But I think Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are going to be that tag team to defeat the Usos. Not only defeat them, but another tag team that's much needed in the tag team division. And I think it'll give Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens that spotlight that they should have, that they deserve to have anyway. So I loved how we closed off the show. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, not officially reuniting yet, but possibly open the door for reuniting. I like we still getting the story, the bloodline enhancing still with Roman Reigns and Jey Uso. We're gonna really talk about that on the WWE landscape because that's something I wanted to talk about for a while. The real storyline of the bloodline is Jey Uso and Roman Reigns. Everything else along the way has been a bonus. It's been cool. But the real story of the bloodline story is Roman Reigns and Jey Uso. And I think that's gotten lost in, of everything that's been happening. Solo coming, Sami coming, the tag team titles being won by the Usos. They seemingly following behind Roman Reigns. So, I think we got a lot in story advancement. I think we got a great pay-per-view from top to bottom. And if you don't think this was a 9 out of 10 pay-per-view, you're crazy. You're absolutely out your mind. The only match that, like I said, made me feel some type of way is Brock and Bobby, because I'd rather see Bobby do the underhanded tactics as the heel. I don't see why the face would do it. He kind of did win the crowd back when he just started going F5 crazy. So he kind of won the crowd back. But I never want to see my babyface get to the point that he has to use a low blow. Not to win a match, but just to get out of the situation. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that was a heel tactic. But all in all, Elimination Chamber was absolutely amazing. I'm writing Roman Reigns, Sami Zayn in the men's Elimination Chamber as part of my early candidates for match of the year. I'm going to keep track of every match going forward that I think should be match of the year candidate. So when we get to the end of the year, we already got our list of who's there. We don't really need to be reminded because we already wrote down our list. But that was everything, man, on the Elimination Chamber. Happy to be back. Episode 51. Episode 52, we'll be back with Monday Night Raw. Let's see what happened on there. Let's see if Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are actually reunited or not. I would have to think that you bring back Sami Zayn because we have to hear his side after the way that Elimination Chamber went off the air. So, if you haven't already, please go ahead, hit that like, subscribe button, and make sure you're following us on Instagram at The Wrestling Replay. Pretty simple. We're going to have a Cody Rhodes pop. I'm going to give away Cody Rhodes popping on our Cody Rhodes main event with Roman Reigns. Maybe I'll do a Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns combo pack. That would be kind of cool. So if you're interested in that, the way that you're going to be able to win that is by going over to our Instagram page and make sure you're following us at The Wrestling Replay. That's where we have all our rules and all our giveaways and all that cool stuff. So make sure you're following us there. So that about does it all for me, man. I'm Kato. I'm signing out. Peace.